Hey garden friends, I'm Nikki from Proven Winners Direct. Happy Monday. It's time for 7 more beautiful plant of the day plants. Each day we feature a different plant at 35% off. If you see more than one that you just have to have, you can purchase as many as you want every Monday from noon until 4 p.m. Eastern time. So obviously, as you can tell, we are not in our beautiful gardens today. It's kind of a cloudy, rainy day. So I picked one of my favorite spots in the greenhouse to start, and we are in the perennial section. Look at all that amazing color. Fall is a great time to add some perennials to your garden. As you can see, most of everything that we have is still in beautiful bloom, so you still have a few weeks left to enjoy that, and then they'll go dormant and come back just as beautiful next spring. Anyways, we have 7 more awesome plants. We have annuals, perennials, and shrubs this week for you to check out. If you are new here, we would love for you to give us a like and subscribe. It helps our channel so much. We make it super easy for you to shop every plant that you see today on our video. We link everything in the description below. So while you're down there, just give us a like and subscribe. Let's get to the pretties. Our first plant of the day is the Sangria Ornamental Pepper. And right now you can see those cute little dainty white blooms. Those are making way for these adorable little peppers. They're red, purple, sometimes get a little bit orange. They're a great annual for your fall combinations. They're cold tolerant, so they kind of last as the fall progresses and those temps start to drop. But it adds such a cool element of texture and just something different. It's one of those things that if your friends are walking by and they're gonna be like, what is that? It's an ornamental pepper. And also one of my favorite things about these in the fall is that the peppers kind of look like little witchy feet. So it's a perfect complement to any of the combinations that you throw together. They aren't extremely vigorous growers. I tend to put them like towards the back middle of my combinations. They only get about 12 inches, 14 inches tall and wide, so they'll fill up nicely, but they won't really spill over the container. So it's more of a filler thriller type plant for your combos. Sangria Ornamental Pepper. Next up, we have Supertunia Bordeaux, and I know that I say like nearly every plant that I talk about is one of my favorites, but this really truly is one of my super favorites. I've been planting Bordeaux for years and years and years because this is probably my favorite bloom color in the universe. It's got that beautiful deep purple center, and then it lightens up, and as the blooms age it gets lighter and lighter, so it's just a really pretty like ombre effect. I planted them in the ground, I plant them in containers, you can put them anywhere, and they just keep pushing out this magnificent color bloom all season long. They can trail up to 2 feet, so they're a beautiful filler and spiller in your combinations. Plant in part to full sun. Make sure you're giving them lots of water-soluble fertilizer. They are heavy feeders, as like all Supertunias, but it's just super easy to grow, and it's just the most magnificent color there is. Supertunia Bordeaux. Next up, we have the Queen Bee Nectarine Agastache, and I never noticed this before until just right now, but it kind of smells minty. It's beautiful. It's got a great fragrance. Never knew that before. See, we're learning together, garden friends. But anyways, my favorite part about this perennial is these gorgeous peach blooms. And it has that mauve calyx there that's holding those on. So even when the peach falls, that mauve will stay. So it's gonna have a long time of beautiful seasonal interest. So it is a great time to get some new perennials in the ground. Obviously, the bloom time won't last as long as they would like through spring and summer, but this is gonna come back even bigger and more beautiful next spring. So these are hardy in zones 5 through 9. It gets to be about 3 feet tall and wide, so it does fill out really nice and can take up some good space. It's beautiful in the middle or even more towards the front of a border, but you can really put it just about anywhere, just make sure it's in full sun. These guys attract all of our pollinator friends like crazy, so that's always a bonus, and it's deer resistant and native to North America. Queen Bee Nectarine. Next up, we have the Solar Flare Nofia, and this guy is the perfect perennial to add some really gorgeous movement and texture in the gardens. These blooms are unlike any other. As you can tell, they're magnificent, and they're gonna keep coming. So it's a rebloomer, so you can count on, as you can see here, this one's pretty new. So it's gonna mature up, get bigger, and get more yellow. Simply gorgeous. It's hardy in zones 5 through 9. They love sun, so make sure you plant them in a sunny spot. They grow about 3.5 feet tall and 2.5 feet wide. So it's another one that's really great in the middle or the front of your border. It's going to attract the pollinators and another one that resists deer. Solar Flare Nofia. Next up we have the Bloomerang Pur Pink. This is a brand new lilac this year. Is it purple or is it pink? We'll let you decide, and that's why Proven Winners named it Pur Pink. But it smells magnificent, you guys. I absolutely love it. So it's a great time to plant these because they're going to put on a beautiful show in the spring. And what's best about bloomerangs is that they have a rebloom later in the summer. So you get 2 awesome shows out of this. They're super easy to grow and care for. The only main thing about lilacs is to make sure you plant them in full sun and you make sure that they don't get wet feet. So not near a water feature or anything like that, and you really don't have to water them a whole lot because I don't like it. So they're super easy and they have a really nice habit, so you can kind of tuck them in anywhere. They grow about 3 to 5 feet tall and about 2 to 3 feet wide, and they're going to keep putting out just massive amounts of these fragrant, amazing blooms. These guys are hardy in zones 3 through 7 and they're deer resistant. Pur Pink Bloomerang Lilac. Next up we have the Pearl Glam Beauty Berry. This is a Calocarpa. I grew this for the first time this year because I'm obsessed with the purple foliage in the spring. It starts off this magnificent, deep, really deep and rich color, and then as the season progresses, it stays, that hue stays, but you can see more green, which you can kind of see here. But it gets better, so you'll see it'll kind of cover with some white small blooms that make way for these amazing orchid color berries that last throughout the season. It's a stunning shrub. However, as I always say, I like to test the limits a little bit on things, and I did not plant this in full sun. It's probably part sun, maybe 4 hours. I definitely recommend planting in full sun. I think I'm gonna have to move mine because it didn't grow as tall as it should have in its first couple of years. So full sun, but you will get this magnificent color, you guys. It's great all season long, from spring until the first frost. It's magnificent. It grows about 4 to 5 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide, so it's got a really nice upright habit that can tuck in just about anywhere. Again, full sun, and it's hardy in zones 5 through 8. Oh, and it's deer resistant as well. I know you guys love that. Pearl Glam Beauty Berry. Our final plant of the day is the Oho Easy Italian Ice. Is it not a stunner? I love the bicolor blooms. They start off with this gorgeous pastel yellow and then mature into this amazing blush pink. It almost takes on that corally color too. Stunning. But the main reasons to grow in Oho Easy is they have excellent disease resistance, abundant blooms, and it's got a really nice habit. So you can put it just about anywhere as long as it's in a sunny spot. They grow about 2.5 feet tall and wide, so it stays nice and round. They're hardy in zones 5 through 9, and these amazing blooms just pop off this dark green foliage. They're just Oho Easy roses are the easiest roses to care for, and they smell divine. Oho Easy Italian Ice. That wraps up another plant of the day. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on a rainy Monday. I'm literally getting rained on right now, you guys, but it's worth it because aren't these sunflowers magnificent? Anyways, I hope that you saw something that you loved or maybe something that you've never seen before. As I mentioned before, all of these plants are going to be on sale this week, 35% off. You can purchase as many as you want on Monday from noon until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Otherwise, it's going to rotate one plant each day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Happy planting.